Hey, this is Mark Henry, author of Dancing with Energy, Healing Magic, and Mysticism. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Devil card. So this video is titled, The Devil Made Me Do It. So the Devil card is the 15th card of the major arcana, the major large influences of the Rider Waite deck. The Devil colloquially is referred to as the antagonist in the Christian religion, especially in the Southeast. We'll talk about the devil and all of that. However, as in most tarot card interpretations, not everything is what it seems, because things can mean something slightly different. So let's just get into it. So I'm going to show you the Devil card in case you all aren't familiar. Let's see, it's probably better to come this way. Let's see. Okay. So the first thing to notice is that horns. The Devil has horns sticking out. They're white. Now the horns usually symbolize the unrefined, the uncivilized, the rawness or animal nature of something. That and some of the other things I'll talk about also kind of signify more lower chakra energy. You'll also see a couple other things, that he has wings that are white. So they're bat wings. So bats, as a flying creature, is able to orient itself well into the darkness. So the Devil, as a being, has no problem navigating his way into the darkness. Now you'll see, if you're familiar with the tarot, the two characters, a man and a woman, they also show up on the Lover's card. So same characters, but now they are in chains. The chain is around their neck. However, if you look at how it's placed, it's down. It's not like a tight fit around their neck. So when you look at it, you realize, if you think about it, is that they could actually slip their head through. But they're chained, and they choose not to do this. So in a way, this is signifying how we can create our own chains. We can place the chains around our own neck and become our own prisoners by our own hand. And you'll also see at the top that there is the Baphomet, the upside down pentagram. So the spirit, element of spirit, which is usually at the top, is pointing downward into the world of matter, or into the underworld, if you want to think of it, the dark space. So that is subverted. Spirit, it's more into darkness. Okay? So those are just a few of the symbols. And by the way, if you notice that the color of the upper torso of the Devil is orange, and orange is usually symbolized as avarice, as desire, as is cravings, which is why you'll typically see it in the signs of fast food restaurants. So something to keep in mind. You are being psychologically manipulated by some of these places. All right, so when you put it all together, what does it all mean? So I'm going to offer a few thoughts about it. The topic of the Devil card could take several videos, but it's a really important card to pay attention to if it shows up in your tarot spread. And by the way, if it shows up in your spread, then you have to also look at, okay, what is the context of the card? And that's based on where it falls in the spread. Also, its relation to the other cards will act as a mitigating or enhancing effect. Okay? So my first and maybe my main thought about this is that the Devil card A lot of times it signifies harmful obsessions, compulsions, and addictions. And you think about what those things really are. The lovers are chained by their choice. They don't take it off. And we could say that they choose not to take it off, but in order to make a choice, you have to be conscious. If you're unconscious, you can't make a choice. So, if they're unconscious because they are wrapped up into their own fantasy, into their own mental activity, or maybe even a powerful feeling of pain, then they can't choose to take it off. That is why when in addictions treatment, sometimes people will say, well, they chose to take the drug and they chose to do this and why and that, and that is partly true in the beginning of the process, but once someone is involved in it, that choice doesn't even seem like a choice. It just seems like something that happens because of the brain and all of that. But I don't want to get too far into that. But just to let you know that if you see this card, this is what it really has a lot to do with. It has the possibility, the person has the possibility of being lost into this darkness, into these type of activities where they just act like automatons. They're thinking, their behaviors kind of have a mind of their own, and they kind of take over. So it could be any type of thing. If you see that, look at, where are your habits? What are you find yourself doing? Has anybody lately said, hey, you've been doing this, and it could be something that you need to look at. Possibly. If any of y'all have seen the movie What Dreams May Come, it's a movie, it was in the 90s if I remember. It was Robin Williams and another actress. Can't remember her name, but she wasn't very well known at that time. And this is a spoiler alert, I'll try not to say too much. One of the things, though, that happens is, for one reason or another, his wife died by suicide. And she wound up into this hell-like realm. Robin Williams at the time had died accidentally, and he tried to go into hell to save her. Now, the hell that she was in was one that, if she had the wherewithal, she could have walked out. She could have called on a guide, an assistant, to help navigate her way out. But because she was in so much pain at the point of death, and carried that with her into, which sent her, all that feeling sent her into the hell-like realm, she couldn't wake herself up from it. And she believed, that she was in her house, and it was a fantasy that she couldn't pierce. And Robin Williams attempted to change that. So it's a good movie. However, I want to kind of, I bring that up because this is very much how it reminds me of the Devil card. And the devil and the association with hell and all of that. So, if you see that in your spread, check yourself, look at your life, see, where that may apply. Hopefully it'll be spelled out for you, but if you have a reader that is accurate as far as the placement of where that area would be in your life. But don't freak out if you see the devil card. I know a lot of people are like, don't do that. It actually is giving you information, an opportunity to shine the light of reason and change things for your own good. So if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments section. Again, I've put the second part of the Ho'oponopono video in my Patreon. Feel free to watch that, support my channel. And by the way, if there are other videos that are popular in my playlist, and the second parts or maybe additional information are in my Patreon. So if you have a favorite video that you like on my YouTube channel, you might actually have a second one in the Patreon. So go look for that. All right, I hope you all had a good 4th, a good weekend, and I will see you in a future video. Thanks so much. Take care.